Hey guys, this is round 3 of the team tournament. We have Khador versus Khador, which is excellent. That opened up the opportunity for me to drop into this circle player, Krueger 2, against my Rahn. Do not, our Mercenaries player and Khador player did not want to go into this list. Just not what they wanted to see. So it worked out where I was able to jump on it and seems okay. And we got Cross to into Minoth, which is decent, pretty good. And we got our Khador player into their Khador player, which I mean that's fate. Needs to happen. Needs to be done. So we'll see what happens there. So I get to go first. Pretty big deal. Mainly it's a big deal because Krueger 2 doesn't get to go first. This Krueger 2 list has layers on layers of anti-Rahn tech on paper. Has lots of force for stealth for prowl models. Has Earth's Blessing, and it's like Woldwarden, I think it is. It's a spell I haven't seen before, but Earth's Blessing, no push, no pull, no knockdown, no slam. And then Woldwarden is cannot be moved and cannot be placed after doing it. So between those, his heavies and Krueger are pretty much invulnerable to my bullcrap. What I got going for me is that Helios can be difficult for them to deal with Polarity's Shield. So hopefully I can leverage that. Hopefully Rahn cannot die. And hopefully I cannot lose on scenario because it is a somewhat live scenario. I don't really know. I don't really have a crazy game plan for this game. It'd be nice to shoot down one of the heavies with battle mages, and then that gives a battle mage feat turn, and that gives Helios a little leverage into the heavy trading battle that he can possibly win. So yeah, I go first. I stay out of most of the threat ranges. One battle mage is in, just so I can kind of get a Gallows Grove out or something to come forward that I can possibly kill. I just maybe some skin gets put into the game to kill that battle mage. So yeah. Oh, cool. My pictures are gonna be like this. He comes forward, and did things get skipped here? Gosh dang it! I think things did get skipped here. Things did. Well, how do I miss these pictures? Gosh dang it. Okay, to sum things up, where this forest was right here, there was a shifting stone. I got a Chimera within 5, so I could TK it over here. Battle mages under feet could kill it. The idea is that I saw the opportunity to kill all of his infantry, one of his shifting stone. Oh, wait, sorry. This was the stone mannequin stone. Kill both stone mannequin stones and kill one of his shifting stones. And kill all of his wold, I think they're wold stalkers. You don't see them very often. They're the floating shrimps with the guy that has Zephyr and the synergy for guns. So between all my peoples, my battle mages, and my chimeras, I put both chimeras out on the front lines to get within 5 of those stealthed stone mannequins so I could kill them with battle mages. That takes away a lot of his infantry clear, since I can control deviations, and I also slung some spells into this middle Woldwarden and got some pretty good damage on it. So the core of his list is still together, but a lot of his workhorses and his teleport shenanigans have been put down. I've also, more importantly, stopped his scoring capabilities for this side. And I've limited them to 2 shifting stones over on this side. So that actually felt pretty good. I was pretty happy with that. I think Rahn is going to be safe for now behind Helios and the forest right here. With all my stuff spread out over here, I just have a good chance of keeping Rahn safe. And yeah, this thing could probably walk up in here and take some shots into him, but there's going to be a shield guard, and it should be okay. So there's that. His turn, I'm pretty sure Krueger comes up in feats. pushes Discordia and a whole bunch of my battle mages into the acid pit. That's really bad and hilarious. I'll just show you next turn. The Celestial Fulcrum comes over here and just starts spraying and shooting down things. Doesn't get a ton of work done, though. And then these two Chimeras, he really wants to get rid of them to take my control options off the board, since Rahn can sling some damaging spells with Sylis from back downtown. So Megalith goes and kills one, and Woldwarden goes and kills the other. And he scores 1, and I believe he got something into contest. Yes, he got Megalith to contest. He got Megalith to contest my zone, so he is up 1-0. I did have one battle mage that luckily hung in there, right there, and he had nothing to score this zone, so he only scored his main zone right there. So my goal for this turn is let's get way ahead on the attrition for the heavy battle. Helios, I want to just walk forward. He can only walk forward 3 inches, and he's going to, in the back, drag this Woldwarden over to here. He'll be able to make a swing on it, and then he's going to, whatever extra attacks he needs after killing Megalith, he'll put into the Woldwarden. Puts 1 attack in, Discordia comes up and bops it, and the Speed of Death's over to here. Alara runs back behind. My battle mages can't go very far, but they start getting up the board to try and contest this area on the left and start winning. These battle mages come in and charge the Fulcrum, don't do a whole lot. These guys over here, one of them put a POW 12 into the Fulcrum that did more to the battle mages because the dice were womp womp. And these guys had put focus on to Helios. And Rahn, I'll show it, it's going to be easier to see in this next picture. Rahn now has a cozy, safe little place to hang out behind the forest and Helios. The mistake I make is that Rahn is now within TK range of that forest. So that's a little bit of, yeah. And my opponent decides to go for it. He takes his Woldwarden, he tramples it into the forest right about here. Gallows, Rahn, the 3 inches he needs. I think he rolled like 5 and he got into half range. Basically got to here. Then he missed because he had to trample, then he had to geomancy, so that's 2 fury. Then he had 1 left to buy. He missed with it. This guy comes in and takes some shots at Rahn. They pretty much all miss because Rahn's engaged and in concealment. So we are okay there. Over here on this side of the board, the little Woldwatcher comes up and starts bashing in and fertilizing some the ground with some battle mages, turning them into forests. And I think that's where that is ending up. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you all those guys right there all pretty much died of freaking acid. That was so good. That's why he chose this side over here, was because he figured he could push my peoples into acid, and it planned from the beginning, worked out great, was hilarious. Yeah. So my turn. Continue the attrition. My original plan is to try and get Helios into him and get Discordia into him. It just does not work out that way. Rahn is blocking Discordia's movement after I beat it back 1 inch. So basically, I make the mistake of doing B-back with Rahn. I should have TK'd this thing over to... Sorry, I should have TK'd the Woldwarden around right here and then taken Rahn and walked away. And then Discordia could come in here, beat the crap out of this, and Helios could go into that thing right there. Because Sylis giving it the +2 range would have allowed me to TK this Celestial Fulcrum closer. That was my mistake of the game. Because if I kill that Woldwarden and this, feels really, really good on attrition. However, then I would probably just straight up die afterwards. So maybe that isn't the greatest plan. That's not the greatest plan. Yeah, and I guess my plan ended up working out pretty well. Helios and Discordia killed these 3 right here. and I just continue to get charges with battle mages. And these battle mages run into contest zones and just they scoot. These battle mages over here scoot all over everything. They like one goes here, one goes here, one goes in the face, and then one goes into the zone, so I can contest. And Eilish shifts himself over here because I know those battle mages aren't going to last forever, and I need to start getting contesting pieces. Because pretty soon, Krueger 2 is going to have the ability, and this is something I'm worried about, to take his Woldwatcher and get him into that zone and get Krueger 2 into this zone. And Krueger 2 can hide behind this house and start threatening me all the way across here. So that's what I'm trying to prevent by getting models over there. And here is the turn. Helios is pretty much full health, and he can run the table. The problem is he can't really leave Rahn alone, or Rahn will just die. Yeah. So there's no really assassination run here. The Celestial Fulcrum just scoots back and just starts shooting down all of these battle mages between Krueger going over to here to kill this battle mage, this other battle mage going to right here, and then this spray dude walking over here to spray his own Woldwatcher so he can kill that that battle mage. I think he might have gotten all the battle mages that turn. He did. He channeled a spell through the Arc Node to get that battle mage over there. So that's how that went. My turn. I take Helios and I run him over to this Celestial Fulcrum. Oh, and Rahn's been on fire this whole time since the AoE drifted onto him, because it only drifted 1 inch way back here on that assassination run where the Fulcrum was shooting at Rahn and didn't hit him. So Rahn's been on fire for these last couple of turns, and his health is at like half right now from the fire rolls. Rahn's on a 2 camp. I've got Discordia over here, so I can start trying to take care of this zone and potentially start sweeping this side. I've got a battle mage in the zone, and Helios, no matter where the Fulcrum is going to go, Helios can go kill the Fulcrum, and then Rahn can run in behind this, and Discordia can sit here and score this zone. That is the plan. If I remember right, yeah. That is the plan. Is this the turn? What happens here? I'm really confused right now. Why the heck is Rahn up there? What the heck happened? This is not how I remember the game going. Rahn would just die. Oh, now I remember. Okay. It's so weird trying to remember a Krueger 2 and Rahn game. Like, the stuff makes no sense because stuff literally in the game makes no sense. Things that happen make no sense. Like, what's about ready to happen here. Not because it's bad, just because, like, stuff. Gallows Grove ports over here, and I'm damaged from fire, Krueger cast Gallows through it, and pulls Rahn, and then casts it again, and pulls Rahn, and that's his 2 Gallows, and does a little bit damage through, shaves, and that's why Rahn is all the way up here. And this Woldwatcher just turns a battle mage into fertilizer. And the Celestial Fulcrum took some shots at Rahn, but wasn't able to hit him because it didn't have any more fury. So this turn is pretty simple. I can't go behind on the scoring game. Discordia goes over here. Whoa. Alara sits perfectly behind, or Discordia goes over here, kills the Woldwatcher, then repos with Speed of Death into the zone, and it can't be TK'd out by 2 inches. And then Alara tucks herself behind house, keeping within 8 of Discordia. Over here, Rahn simply is going to go the complete opposite direction. He goes all the way down to here, which, just based on eyeballs, looks like I'm safe from Krueger 2. At least I thought I was safe. And Helios walks over here and takes down the Celestial Fulcrum and the Gallows Grove, which leaves nothing left on the board for him. And I know I can start. This is turn 6. This is going into his turn 6. and we are tied on score at the end of this turn. So I gotta start finding a way to close this game out, because if he scores last and goes to turn 7, there's a chance, even though I own most of the board, I struggle to score it. Eventually, at some point, Helios is just gonna have to run into his zone, and Rahn is gonna have to get into this zone to score it. And to score, he's gonna have to score this zone. Whew! The mental jumping jacks. So here we are. This is where we're at. What the heck? How did Krueger 2 get that far forward? Yeah, I don't remember. Ron ran back there. He's on like a 5 camp or something. Yeah, that's interesting. Oh, I might have taken the picture after he started moving or something. Or maybe after a TK. But Krueger gets within 10 of Ron and kills Ron. Man, I thought, actually, I can see why I thought I was safe. So what the heck happened? I guess you just can't frickin' 18 inches from Krueger 2. Have to always be more than 18 inches from Krueger 2. So yeah. Fire also had taken a chunk. Ron was on like 5 boxes when this happened, when Krueger 2 went into the assassination run. Just fire rolls honestly might have killed me before the game ended anyways. A couple of turns ago, pretty early in the game, I had a 10-minute clock advantage over him almost every turn, and I was thinking this might be a win condition. But towards the end of the game, he was just fine. I think he has 1 minute on this turn, and that should be all that he needs, because he should plan out his turn on my turn and be able to slap that clock and move pretty easily. He doesn't have a whole lot of stuff left to do. But yeah, he assassinated Ron with about a minute left on clock, and I had about 10 minutes, I think, on my clock. 14, but it's 4 short. 4 minutes are supposed to be added to his time and taken away from mine, because he went over and stuff. And yeah, and there's the score. 6-6 right now. Gosh dang, that was such a good game. Had a great freaking tournament experience. This was a fantastic game. There was lots of thought behind it. It was loaded with anti-Ron tech. It was fun to drop into and just sort of see what happens. Yeah, just turned out fun. So our Khador player eked out a scenario victory, making him the King Khador player. Woo! Sorta. I can't. I should really not say that out loud because it'll go to his head. And Mercenary player won, so they carried me through. I lost, but it's okay. I am blessed with good teammates. And thank you guys for watching. This was a great tournament experience. I might be dropping Ron out of my pairing just because of kind of the negative play experience he can create. But man, I really like Ron Helios. It just works so freaking well. Even into things it's not supposed to work well into. It can create these weird games. Yeah. Yep. Oh, and the last turn when Krueger was over here, I think it was when Helios was right here, he had Earth's Blessing on him. So that's why Helios didn't just trample forward and pull him across the board. He pretty much always had Earth's Blessing. No, he had Woldwardens, he had their Animus on them. That's a 4-inch force that makes him so he can't be moved and pushed. He had that on himself pretty much the entire game until I killed all the Woldwardens, and then he started putting Earth's Blessing on. Did a really good job of keeping Krueger 2 safe and using the anti-Ron tech that he had available to him. I don't like this drop in the future, but it is something that I can play it, sure. It's hard to not get assassinated by Krueger 2. My freaking goodness. But yeah, thank you for watching, and yeah.